Sailor Moon and Sailor Uranus here. And today we're going to talk about, there was a time where Disney would have owned Sailor Moon. I know this is very old and this happened a long, long time ago. But a long time ago, I don't know exactly what year when this happened, but the Walt Disney Company opposed it buying Sailor Moon from the TEOI Company and NAOKO TAKEUCHI. Now, no one really knows the exact details of the deal and how much yen or money or weirgil would have been exchanged, and if if the other party was open to it. Now, according to the story, the TEOI Company rejected the offer. NAOKO TAKEUCHI, who also was the co-owner of it, rejected it on principle, saying that Disney already owned a lot of things. They claimed Disney already had Mickey Mouse, so why they need Sailor Moon? Or at least that was what someone said she said. The Walt Disney Company owns multiple subsidiaries as well as multiple divisions. I would imagine them trying to buy Sailor Moon would have been from 1995 AD up to at least 1998 AD, because that's how long Sailor Moon was done by DiC, and Disney owned DiC from 1995 AD up until at least 2001 AD, of course. But that would have been a timeline that Disney would have tried to buy Sailor Moon from TEOI. As the story went, TEOI did not sell it. NAOKO TAKEUCHI did not sell it, and a lot of people would have a lot of men and women out there would have said, okay. Now, the reason I bring this up is that Disney involvement with Sailor Moon was mostly from their ownership of DiC. Yes, when the Walt Disney Company bought Century City Communications. Well, they didn't actually buy it, but when they brought the American Broadcast Company from Century Free Communications, they also bought DiC, that was also a subsidiary. And at the time, DiC was doing hundreds of different shows, and Sailor Moon was one of them. The Walt Disney Company owned DiC from 1995 AD until 2001 AD, even though DiC only had an agreement for the first two seasons and the free feature films. But during that time, Disney was involved in Sailor Moon. Can I go on now? Sure. As Moonface puts it up, a story started in 1996 AD that Walt Disney and DiC were trying to make a Sailor Moon movie. That somehow DiC and Disney were trying to get out of the agreement by making a live action film instead of the anime. And that TEOI had told Disney and DiC no, that the agreement or the contract or whatever they came up with stated that they had to do an anime or a fake moving show. And maybe Disney and DiC maybe TEOI had to fight Disney and DiC to get them to continue it. But whatever reason was, that was another story about what Disney and DiC tried to do. Now, I can find articles all over the place talking about this movie, but at the same time, I can't really find anything about it. Yet it was true that DiC stopped doing Sailor Moon after the half of the second season due to the low ratings that Sailor Moon was getting on ABC and CBS and NBC, and also on Fox and WGN and UPN and WB, and maybe even Cartoon at that point. Maybe he's on YTV. Now, the reason that I bring this up was that, let's say, a lot of people don't talk about that. I mean, a lot of Sailor Moon followers, a lot of men and women don't talk about, you know, Disney trying to buy Sailor Moon or Disney and Deke trying to get out of the deal by making a movie. That if the movie would now, granted that I'm sure that Disney and Deke would have tried to make the movie as close to Sailor Moon as it was, that went against their rule and they couldn't do it. Now, a lot of people thought at that point, does that mean that Disney and Deke lost control over Sailor Moon? No. They still had a control over until 2000, because they had the right to finish off the second season and the free featured film. So no, they still had their control over it. But they may have been reprimanded. But the point is, there was a time where Disney wanted to buy Sailor Moon, and Disney had some control over Sailor Moon at one point, mostly through their subsidiary Deke at the time, but still it was what it is. Thank you. Anyway, Sarah Uranus, you're right. The point is, what did you think about this? I mean, Disney trying to buy Sailor Moon, TOEI and NAOKO TAKEUCHI saying no, then Disney and Deke trying to make a movie and then being told no about the movie too. How do you think about that? Let me know. I know it's old news. I know it's old news to a lot of Sailor Moon fans. And but a lot of people don't really talk about this underwarp here on YouTube about Sailor Moon. They don't. I mean, I'm just surprised it does not come up. So that's about it. I'm Sailor Moon, Sarah Uranus. We'll see you later.